WCO Lee, 2 minutes after 4 o'clock on this Wednesday afternoon. We're also live on mixtv.tv. Local news coming up in just a little bit. But right now, part of our news, we were talking earlier this morning about how cold the temperatures were outside. I believe we were in the teens this morning from the time we got to about that 7 a.m. hour. This morning in our Cleveland and Bradley County area. So it makes you think about the homeless population and some of the things that goes on in our community. And the first thing I think of when I think of those things is the Salvation Army and the work that they do in our community. We're going to welcome in Ruthie Forgey with the Salvation Army. She's going to kind of catch us up on a lot of different things and maybe give some people some opportunities to volunteer and be a part of the Salvation Army during this holiday season. Ruthie, how you doing this afternoon?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you for having us.
Well, we're so glad you're in our studio this afternoon. If you don't mind, raise that mic up just a little bit, Ruthie. I want to make sure we get great audio.
I'm a tall girl.
Because you've got so much good information. We want to make sure we get it out.
Thank you so much.
Well, I tell you what, I kind of alluded to the cold weather shelter. Can we start there?
Yeah, so during COVID, we started kind of being the place to register for cold weather shelter. And during COVID, we placed people in hotels and would vet those and make sure there was legitimate need, for a hotel. And then after that, we just continue to do cold weather shelter. So we have a capacity for about 15 people. We have 15 cots, and we shelter our friends without homes on nights where it's going to be 32 or below before 4 a.m. Because the shelter hours end at 6, but at 6 a.m. they get up, put their beds away, and then they have a hot breakfast before they leave. So if it's going to be 32 degrees or below before 4 o'clock, then we go ahead and open. So we've been open quite a few nights and look more into that because it's been bitter cold right now.
It really has been, especially last night. I think last night was our coldest night thus far.
It's like 24 this morning, maybe.
Yeah. We dipped down, like I said, in the teens, I believe, unless Bridget was wrong with her weather forecast.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we never know about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Salvation Army, that is just one of so many things that the Salvation Army does, really during this time of the year, but all year long. You guys are so active. I remember in the summertime, you were calling us here at the station. We have elderly people in our community that doesn't have AC units.
Yeah, right.
And you guys were asking us to put the plea out for box fans to help get some type of air in people's homes. So I know this time of year we think about the Salvation Army because we see the red kettles. We think about the angel tree. We think about so many other things that's a part of the Salvation Army. But you guys, you never stop.
Yeah, no. Need knows no season.
Yes.
So if the doors are open at Salvation Army, which generally they're open 7 days a week and somewhere around that building, there's need that comes through the door every single day. So I'm going to back up to the cold weather shelter for a moment, though, because one of the things we do, whether it's 32 or 33, it's cold.
Yes.
And we just have to have some protocol for when that opens so that our funding can take us through the winter. But so on the nights that, excuse me, that it is, 34 degrees or 35 degrees, but it's still really cold, we keep sub-zero sleeping bags on hand. So if somebody comes in and they need to stay warm, those will keep them pretty toasty. So that is something a lot of times you'll see me do an appeal out on Facebook or something for those sub-zero sleeping bags. They're $29, $39 at Walmart.
Okay.
And that makes a difference in somebody being really, really cold or really, really toasty. So there is an alternative even on the nights when we're not open for at least being protected from the cold.
Well, what would you say, and if this is something that you don't feel comfortable talking about, just say, well, let's move on to the next topic. But I know what about our homeless community in Cleveland and Bradley County? I know a lot of us, we may see people standing on a corner with a sign sometimes. We may see them and some of us just kind of turn and look the other way because we don't want to recognize that that's going on here. What would you say about the homeless community here?
I heard a statistic early in my career, and it kind of tracks true in that out of 100 people, for instance, there'll be 33% who have an addiction problem, about 33% who have a mental illness, and a lot of times we'll see that addiction and mental illness because they're trying to treat themselves through the addiction.
Right.
And then there'll be about 33% who are just really in a bad spot and need a little help. And that kind of rings true in Cleveland. And I see the people on the sign, on the street too, with the signs, and I don't know what put them there, and don't really want to judge it. If I feel like the Holy Spirit prompts me to give them $1, I'll give them $1, because I've worked in addiction prior to this. I know what withdrawal looks like. I know what DTs looks like, and I know they're very life-threatening. So if that's if they take my $1 and go spend it on a drink and it keeps them from going into withdrawal or DTs that could threaten their life today, then so be it.
Right.
I'm not responsible for what they do with it. I'm just responsible for being obedient to the Lord.
Yes.
If He says give it to them. And and I don't give it. I don't always give it, but occasionally I do.
And that's another thing I just wanted. That's why I brought it up, for the simple fact too. There's a lot of that homeless community. Is that the right word to say, or is it? Would you put it a different way?
It's Friends Without Homes, homeless community.
Okay. I knew that y'all had another way
to
present that. So Friends Without Homes. Want to make sure I do it proper. There's a lot of those that you never see.
Right.
I mean, because they are a part of their own niche, their own group, just like we are.
Right.
And so those are a lot of the people that you help as well.
Yeah.
So I would say that would be a majority probably of what you help. Would you?
Yeah, we have the crew that hangs out now near us, downtown. But then they're scattered. There's camps scattered around.
Yes.
In the city, and they try to stay pretty hidden. But sometimes they don't, or it gets rowdy, and then the police are forced to
Right.
go in and have them move. So. Yeah, I mean, we have a homeless problem in Cleveland, and a lot of people who never come to the downtown area or don't know about the camps would not know that, but we have a homeless problem in Cleveland.
Well, we definitely appreciate what the Salvation Army does to help those folks out, because like you said, that's what we're led to do, is to help people that's in need. Well, moving on from Friends Without Homes to another topic, it is something that we see, and the funds, you got to have funds to make all these things happen, and that leads to the next topic. We'll see the red kettles out this time of year, and the monies from those help with so many things. So let's segue, red kettles.
Yeah, red kettles.
Tell me what the need is, what's going on, and what we can do to help.
Yeah, so the red kettles are iconic. They're really... the red kettles began back in the late 1800s, 1890 something. I should know that right off the top of my head. But they have been, a part of the Christmas tradition for as long as most of us can even remember, and seeing those come out and hearing that bell ring, Silver Bells, that, was written for the Salvation Army kettles and,
Right.
and Lemon Drop movie, back a long time ago. But yeah, so the kettles are out here, and we have them scattered around the city right now, and they are out ringing. We say that, to someone in need, that is a sound of hope. And all the money that's collected in kettles in Cleveland stays in Cleveland. And takes care of Cleveland folk. As a matter of fact, any donation that comes in Cleveland stays in Cleveland. And it's just for our folks here in Cleveland, for whatever the need is, for all of our programs, youth programs, everything. All money stays in Cleveland. So, so as far as red kettles, I have paid ringers out, and we still need to hire some paid ringers. We haven't been able to cover all the spots because I don't have enough employees to do that. Weekends, I'm really good about having volunteers everywhere on weekends because people are off work.
Sure.
However, we can use volunteers through the week, and we've had offices say, hey, we're going to take the kettle at Hobby Lobby for the day, or Walmart, and they'll send, employees in every hour or two and relieve each other throughout the day. And, doing that at a kettle, I don't have to pay for any, hourly wage at that point.
Right.
And so, if you have an office team or a work team or a church team that wants to get together and be volunteers at the kettle during the season, we got quite a few more days to ring. And, inflation's real.
Yep.
And it's affecting our kettle somewhat. The numbers are down from last year. And, so we just want to catch that up. And one of the ways to catch it up is to have more volunteers out there. So,
Okay.
so just if that speaks to you, or you have a few hours you want to do with your family one evening, we can put you up for a couple hours as well. So could do that. But also, if you just need to supplement your income this holiday season, then come to our office and fill out an application. We'll have you out in a few days.
All right. So again, that's for the red kettles that you see all over town. And sometimes people are very creative. I like some of the stores you visit. They're in the whole Santa hat, that they get their own little take on it. And I was at another store a couple days later, and someone was kind of doing a little bit of serenading with a guitar there at the Red Kettle with another person, just kind of making the Christmas spirit feel alive. So there's creative ways that you can be a part of this and really kind of make it a fun thing.
Yeah, make it festive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun to help other people.
It really is.
So if you got $1 putting in that kettle, it's going to go together to help somebody, including that's fun. That feels good. It feels good to help.
It does feel good.
We're compelled to help. And Cleveland especially. We have such a compassionate, giving communities. We truly are the city with spirit.
City with spirit. I agree 100%.
Yeah, we truly are. So I can't think of a time where we've really had an appeal for something and that it didn't come through. So I'm very grateful for that.
Ruthie Forgey joins me this afternoon on the Mix Afternoon Drive with the Salvation Army. We've kind of going through some of the things that the Salvation Army is a part of. We talked about the cold weather shelters. We talked about the red kettles and how you can volunteer and be a part of that. I mean, college students, are they able? Is that the age that you can do it?
Yeah, college students. Actually, we can do 15 and up.
Okay, can that be counted as service hours? Or?
Yes, service hours is great. And we have some students right now scrambling to get those.
Okay, so service hours,
yes.
Perfect way to do that and be jolly and just really have a good time with it while raising money for the Salvation Army. I want to touch on something else here. I know we're going to kind of extend this interview because it's so important that you're here this time of the year. Inman Coffee.
Yeah, Inman Coffee, it's a social ministry of the Salvation Army.
Yep.
And through the coffee shop, we have a lot of our youth program and mentorship programs. So that happens there at Inman Coffee. Also, parade's coming up this week. And
Absolutely.
so, normally during the parade, we'll open the coffee shop. But it's so you can't get in there because people just sitting around the coffee shop, they can't get in or have to move their spots. So now we have the coffee truck, and it's going to be parked out right in our parking lot there on the parade route. So people will be able to, step up to the truck. But last year, we had people that was in the parade that would call us and say, "Look, we are coming down here. If you could run me out the drink, I'll be
guilty right here."
Yeah. So just have it ready for me, and I'll hand it to me on the way by.
Yeah.
So, Inman, it's been a wonderful outreach ministry, particularly to our youth and young adults. It has just finished its 12th year.
Wow.
Yeah, we've
12
been there
years.
a dozen years now, and have not children, but youth from this area that are serving all over the world now. Some in ministry, some in IT. We have a banker. Like the kids that come into our program often haven't found their niche, hadn't found their place.
Right.
And they'll come into our mentor program and really learn what their aptitudes and what their talents are and what their passions are. I mean, we just try to hold the space for them while they go and do their thing. So
that's good.
It's a wonderful, wonderful program.
Joel Rogers does a good job with Inman Coffee. I know that you rely on him quite a bit for that aspect. So really it is serving coffee with a purpose. Changing lives one cup at a time.
Drink coffee, change lives.
Yeah, that's it. Drink coffee, change lives. All right, so Ruthie, next subject. What do we want to hit on next? That's an important topic to you for this interview.
Yeah, so we have Angel Tree going on right now too. So we have a little over 800 angels of seniors and children in our community, and there's angels available at Flowers and Things on Mouse Creek, and also on the tree at Inman Coffee. So if you have a tradition of getting angels for your family and haven't gotten them yet, those are the two places you can pick up and drop off. Okay. So we're just starting to, the gifts are starting to trickle in now, and starting to sort those and get them ready for our distribution, which is mid-December, I think December 13th. And so, I love that. On Christmas morning, all around our community, and this always gets to me on Christmas morning, as I'll cry. But as we have family Christmas at my house, I just imagine the children and senior adults all around our community who get to have Christmas because of the people in our community, and how meaningful that is to know that no one goes without, and somebody cared enough to make sure they had Christmas. So it's just beautiful the way the body of Christ operates.
Absolutely. Again, that's the Angel Trees. That's in the 2 locations, Flowers and Things, right here off Mouse Creek Road.
Correct.
Go by and see Randy and our friends there, and then at Inman Coffee.
Correct.
And that's the pickup and drop-off locations for those Angel Tree gifts. All right, so we've kind of touched on several different things. As we get ready to wrap up with Ruthie Forgey with the Salvation Army, what do you want to leave us with?
I just a big heartfelt thank you. I mean, again, there has never been anything that I can remember, from disasters to just an urgent need for heaters, blankets, fans, whatever the need has been. Anytime I can get an appeal out, which you guys are wonderful to allow me to do here, our community steps up and really takes care of. So it's a privilege to be in a community. I have area commanders and other officers that come from other areas, and they go, it ain't like this everywhere.
Yeah,
and,
I would see that. We're so blessed for whatever. Like you said, we'll go the city with spirit. We definitely show that this time of year.
Right.
With all the different programs that the Salvation Army does. As we look forward to 2024, that'll be here just in a few short weeks.
Yeah, well.
What's on the horizon?
For 2024, we're expanding. We have a program called the School of Excellence, which is a STEAM-driven program for our youth, rising 6th graders and up. And so we have a 2-week STEAM camp in the summertime that we're already making preparations for. And then we have weekly STEAM camps where the things that they learned in the summertime, they can continue. So we're partnering with Temple Baptist Church to have the space, because I don't have the space on Inman. And we're partner there where we got percussion going on Thursday nights. We got keyboards, guitar, culinary, drama. So we got those classes every week for students. And if you are looking for a program for your student to be in that they have an aptitude for those things, call them, get them signed up. They can join now and then also be a part of the camp in the summer, and it's free.
And it's free. Wow. All right, the Salvation Army, think about them, folks, when you're doing donations and thinking about the cold weather shelters, when you think about those nights where it's so cold, you don't even want to go out and check the trash or any of those things. There's people having to stay out in that all night long right here in our community. And with a donation, you can help do the work, the Lord's work that the Salvation Army does. If you walk by Red Kettle this holiday season, one thing I remember as a kid, my dad would always give me $1. And if we were out somewhere, he'd say, son, go stick that in there. And it didn't take me long where I was asking him, Dad, can I give them $1 when I come out? Because you just get so used to understanding what that does and how that affects people in such a positive manner all year long. I mean, like I said, the Salvation Army is not a fair weather friend. You're just not here for a season and you're gone. We just kind of get your spotlight up in this time of the year. Because that's just the first thing that gets in people's mind is the holiday season with the kettles.
And where to help and
So it's those type things that we notice this time of year, but they're there all year long, folks, taking care of people in need right here in our community. Make sure you visit Inman Coffee because you're changing lives one cup of coffee at a time. When you buy coffee and get coffee from there. Great gifts. I was getting ready to say that. Yeah. So great gifts there, and there again, you're helping somebody local. Well, Ruthie, happy holidays, happy season to you.
Thank you,
Dwayne. It's always great to have you in. We're so blessed to have you and your staff, Joel, and everybody that works tirelessly every single day of the year to help our community. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to take just a break right here. We've got our local news coming up now. I know we're a little late on that, but hey, that's all right. We'll get your Logan Thompson Law News Desk coming up now.
The Mix 104.1 News Desk.